are three examples of the best SUV ever created, the Toyota Land Cruiser. Over my right shoulder is an 80 series model. Right here is a 100 series, my 100 series. And on the end there is a brand new 2018 200 series. Let's run through each one and talk a little bit about their engines, their off-road technology, and their unique features. This is my friend Brandon's 80 series. You'll notice that it wears a Lexus badge on the front. That's because Lexus got its own version of the 80 series in 1996, which it dubbed the LX450. The LX450 was built for two model years, 1996 and 1997, and was pretty much identical to the 80 series Land Cruiser that was on sale at the time. The 80 series Land Cruiser sold in the US came exclusively with a 4.5 liter inline 6-cylinder engine making around 215 horsepower. In terms of off-road features, the 80 series was the last Land Cruiser to be sold in the US with solid front and rear axles. Solid front axle is a really big deal to the off-road community as it allows for added articulation on uneven terrain. Certain examples of the 80 series Land Cruiser were sold with optional front and rear locking differentials. This example does not have the front and rear lockers, but if it did, it would be worth a lot more than it is. Other unique features of the 80 series are these sliding rear side windows. It didn't have any cup holders. This was also the Land Cruiser that introduced airbags and ABS to the Land Cruiser lineup here in the US. This is my 100 series Land Cruiser. The 100 series was offered from 1998 all the way up until 2007. Every example sold in the US came with a 4.7 liter V8, making around 230 horsepower. What was unique about the 100 series is that it introduced to the Land Cruiser lineup independent front suspension. A lot of off-roaders saw this as a drawback, but it greatly improved the Land Cruiser's on-road driving dynamics. This doesn't mean that the Land Cruiser is any less capable of an off-roader though, and all examples came with manually selectable four-wheel drive low and a center locking differential. From 1998 and 1999, the 100 series was offered with an optional rear locking differential, which mine has. Starting with the 2000 model year, Toyota got rid of the rear locker and fitted all examples of the 100 series with what they call active traction control, which can pulse certain wheels off-road to mimic the effects of a lock differential. One of the more unique features of the 100 series are its power venting rear windows, which I will now demonstrate. So they're operated by this little switch here, and if you aim toward the back, right there, just back windows, see that they pop open to vent. This thing also has another really unique feature. It has independent air conditioning and heating for the third row passengers. So the second row passengers aren't able to control their air conditioning or heater, but third row passengers are. Why, I don't know, but it's cool. This is the 200 series. It's been loaned to me by Toyota. It's a brand new 2018 model, and it carries a sticker price of $85,000. Every 200 series sold in the US comes with a 5.7 liter V8 engine, making a rather potent 381 horsepower, which makes this thing a lot faster than you would expect. The 200 series doesn't have as many quirky features as the 80 and the 100, but it does have a lot of modern creature comforts. Later examples come with heated and cooled seats, along with a heated steering wheel, the obvious satellite radio, navigation, and a lot of what you would expect from a more modern vehicle, although this vehicle is still pretty old school inside. In terms of off-road technology, like every Land Cruiser before it, it comes with four-wheel drive high and low and a locking center differential. It doesn't offer a locking rear differential, instead offering that active traction control system we talked about before. And it does come with a bevy of other cool off-road features. It offers Toyota's KDSS, which stands for Kinetic Dynamic Suspension System, which can disconnect the sway bars when it detects that the vehicle is on uneven terrain, which allows for increased articulation. It comes with Toyota's multi-terrain select mode and crawl control, which is like an off-road cruise control system. And it offers a really unique feature called off-road turn assist, which can brake the inside wheel on a turn to theoretically decrease the vehicle's turning radius, which can help out when you're maybe going down a series of tight switchbacks off-road. If I had to pick one of these vehicles to own, the answer might be kind of obvious, as it's the one I already own, the 100 series. The 100 offers immense utility and off-road capability, and is a really great value today. Not to mention the fact that I think it actually offers better and cooler features than the 200 series, like those venting rear windows and third-row air conditioning. It also costs as much as 1/10 as much as the $85,000 200 series. Regardless though, all three of these vehicles will get you there, and they'll probably last you a lifetime.